you. That was receiving the report and to acknowledge and thank Pam Richardson for her outstanding service to the council. Sorry. Yes. And next we have the Waitai Coastal-Burwood Community Board report, and we have our Deputy Chair, Tim Sinters, today. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Come on. Right. Absolutely. Right. We'll start off regarding the Murray-Burwood Road. It's an item A. Is that right? It's a part A, I should say. We want to change the wording of the resolution. We seek advice to enable the allocation of funding in the Council's 2020-2021 draft annual plan to enable the Murray-Burwood Road intersection safety improvement project to be brought forward. I'd just like to talk to this a bit, if I could, please. We had a site meeting with some of the people from the Burwood Hospital in wheelchairs, and until you actually go there and watch what these people have to go through, it's an eye-opener. They offered any of us to have a go in a wheelchair, and there's none of us took up the offer. It has to be sorted out. Having a pedestrian crossings right next to a roundabout is suicide, and there's already been quite a serious accident, so I would really appreciate if we can get this moving forward. It's the biggest spinal unit in the South Island. There's a lot of people there, and to cross the road to go to the dairies and the essential shops, it's impossible. So, good one to get on board, that one. What are we on to here now? Right, we've got some great things happening. We had the saltwater pools, the Christchurch saltwater pools. We had their name was gifted to us, Hepuna Tai Moana. That's the name. It means seaside pools, or otherwise known as coastal pools. Exciting time for us. Pools are coming along great. If you actually go down, you can have a good look from the beach, and it's moving on at a great speed. There's a lot of excitement in the community to see something that good fitting in with everything else that's happening there. This is about a few of the highlights. This is one of our big ones. The South New Brighton Earthquake Legacy Project. It's been a long road, a very long road. And you've probably been sick and tired of Kim and I coming along many meetings talking about it. But look, we got around the table, we talked it out, and at last people listened. And it's fantastic. It's totally changed the minds of people down there. They feel like they're being listened to, cared for, which is the most important thing. So thank you so much for that. The highlights and achievements, there's been so many, and you can actually see them there, but this is one of our great ones, a fitness trail that was at the Burwood playground there. That's where everybody can go along and do exercises, and it's well used from what I can gather. This was another great day. Leanne, you probably recognise that guy in the middle. So anyway, awesome. It's great when we get these things happening. Yeah.
I'll go back to that one. I'd like to take a picture of you.
This is the highlights from the term.
Yeah, sorry, okay. Yeah, no. Yeah. Actually, these are all the highlights of our term, just to clear up that. So that's another great thing that's happened. Now, this is wonderful for the community. It's actually wonderful for the East, having this opened. It was another long journey, and to see it opened, it was a dream come true for so many people, but it's happening, and it's very well attended. Thompson Park upgrade. This is an old park that's had major work done on it, and if you ever get a chance to go down there and look at it, it's a complete turnaround of what you can do, an example of what you can do to make an old looking area look fantastic, and there's more work being done yet. Another good one, this is a great one to get going. So the earthquake repairs are happening at the moment. Oh, this is our exciting thing. The saltwater pools. Again, we've talked about it for so many years in New Brighton. I think, Leanne, you and I talked about it probably 15 years ago. We're saying what a wonderful thing it'll be, and here it is happening. And of course, just before that, we had the opening of the New Brighton Beach Playground. These two things will make such a difference. Yeah. The people, the community, the council, everybody can see what a difference this can make to the community's mindset. It shows that there's an investment being put into the area, and that playground is so well attended. You put the saltwater pools, the opening of that together, it's going to be such a busy place, and that'll, I believe, help people invest into the area by seeing the commitment from council. Now, these are one of our best times. We have these bi-monthly, isn't it, Joe?
We've had 6 through the term.
We had 6 through the term. So these where we get all resident associations together and we sit down and talk to these groups. And it means so much for them and so much for us, because we are the eyes and ears of the community, and for them to listen to, for us to listen to them to what they have to say and us explaining how it works. It's a great team effort. Oh, again, hey look, what can you say about this? It's fantastic. Who would have ever thought 10 years ago we would have had Avonside and Shirley Boys School there? You go back 10 years and we thought we were talking about it would never be built on again. And so I cannot say enough about that. South New Brighton Boardwalk repairs means a lot to the community. It was a derelict, destroyed reminder of the earthquake. It was repaired. It is so well used, and it's a big part of the cycle walkway for that area. Oh, this is a bit of a collage of community events. We've had so many good things happening this last term. You can see there, but there seems to be always something exciting happening at the moment. Godwits, what a neat way to finish off.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. It's look, a big thanks to Kirsten Carey for following her dream on this one. Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's been a long road, a lot of fundraising. But to see them up there, and I noticed when I went over the bridge yesterday, they moved. The wind changed. And I didn't actually realise they moved. Yeah. So, a great weather vane. So, yeah, it looks fantastic, and I guess the surrounding area will be kind of done up as well. So, another great thing happening in the community. All these little things mean a big things. Is that it? Mm-hmm. Well, that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
carry on.
Yeah, I'd just like to say a bit of a thank you. I've made a few points, but they're in here actually. No, just joking. Kim couldn't make it today, and I know she would love to be in here, but she had something she wanted to do when she's away. She'll be watching this, and she'll be scoring me. So, so it's a goodbye from Kim and a goodbye from me. But look, Kim's been an outstanding chair, and she's a wonderful human being, also one of my best friends. She'll be a big loss around the table. We've had a very enjoyable term under Kim's guidance as a chair. We've got an incredible staff, Joe and the rest of the team. It's been an awesome term. I've been there for 4 terms now, and this has been my most enjoyable term. We've been a great team unit, and that's how things get done. We've actually been we've had a few things, but I think Glenn, Dave, you will say it's been a good term, hasn't it? We've worked very well as a team, and that's how it's meant to work. So it's fantastic. Going back to Kim, she'll be a big loss around the table. A huge loss, because she's probably one of the most fair-minded people you'd ever meet. So anyway, it's been an absolute privilege to represent the community I live in. It is full of tireless, passionate people. They just work so hard, and that's why it's been so easy to represent those people. I thought when I retired as a fisherman in 2011, I would stay on the community board for the next 3 years, because I thought that's how long it would take to come right. I was excited for the future of the city. 9 years on, I'm still excited. I really do believe we've turned a lot of corners. I'm going to miss all the relationships and friendships that I've met through the council, all you people, all the staff. Nothing nicer than actually being able to come in here and greet people and have a relationship with the staff and because you can use that with the community. I believe the East has a great future, and I'm excited about its prospects. I look back, say 5 years ago, looking forward to what we've got now: schools, playgrounds, saltwater pools. Fantastic. We've got Rafiti School, 2 high schools, Burwood Hospital, most up-to-date hospital around. We've got a lot to look back and think we've done a lot. I'm very proud about what our community board has achieved in this term. My favourite part of the council, and I really mean this, is when we actually have a problem and we can sit around a table and work it out. And I think if we can do that more often, we have contentious things, but sitting around a table and leaving that room with a solution is what it's all about. So I really hope we can do more of that. I did mention before about you're probably sick and tired of Kim and I coming along harping on about the estuary edge. But look, what a fantastic result. It's totally changed people's mindset. You have helped the well-being of people so much. So you've listened and results come out of it. So I think that's the most important thing, to see people's minds and their health lifting up, because we're actually gotten out of no man's land. We've made a decision to do something. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We're taking the resolution here to both acknowledge and thank Kim Money and Tim Sinters for their service to the community. And as I said before, with Pam, working with Kim and yourself has been an absolute pleasure. I've known both of you going back to when I was the MP for the area, and I have known both of you to be outstanding advocates for your community, knowing who your community is and speaking of the community, in the community, through the community, and always for the community. And that's actually what public service is all about. So I really want to congratulate both of you. I'm sorry that Kim isn't here.
She'll be watching.
But well, hi Kim, wherever you are, out in the ether. Thank you so much for all that you've done. It is never easy. I think the community governance teams have made a real difference, and that has been an initiative that has been put in place this term, and I see it with all of the community boards that that people are starting to find better ways to engage earlier. And develop an approach that's based on problem solving, rather than adopting hardline positions and taking a position and being unmovable. That's actually not an option under the Local Government Act. We have to have an open mind and we have to consider options, and we do need to have the detailed analysis that sits behind those options. And sometimes our methods for engaging the community in decisions leave a lot to be desired. So that's room for improvement, but you and Kim have certainly really taken a strong leadership position in your community, and we're very thankful to both of you for that.
I would answer that. It's been an absolute privilege. Having a community backing you so much as they have makes the job a lot easier. Yeah. And, it's an awesome community, and as I said before, the things that are happening are going to happen. I'm really excited about the next term. Yeah. I won't be there, because at some stage you've got to move on. I'm
sure we won't see the last of you, though. I'm sure you'll be back making submissions on
well, yeah,
on LTPs.
Like all of us, we have to get on with our own lives at some stage, and it is a waking hour job. Yeah,
it is. And I know that you've put your heart and soul into it, so both of you, so thank you. I'll let David move the resolution and Glenn second it. And did you want to go straight to debate?
No, I just wonder whether we could acknowledge Tim Baker, who's standing down after 3 terms too.
I didn't realise.
Yes.
No.
So
can we just have a separate? We've got the chair and the deputy chair there, so we'll just have an additional resolution just to acknowledge Tim Baker for his service as a community board member. Yeah, that's that. Thank you. Yep. Well, yep. Okay. So, are you happy to go straight to debate? Okay, Tim.
Thank you. The only time I ever lived outside my ward is I moved to Bexley. And one day when we were surfing, we saw the fishing boat out there. We thought, oh, good idea. Why doesn't anyone else do that? So boys and I got the old boat out, went out there and we were fishing. And we saw the fishing boat coming towards us. And we thought, uh-oh, they're either going to sink us or sink us. And they came over and Tim was on there. The first time I met him, he handed us this big cow eye. Said it's fantastic to see some guys out here, good on you and keep doing it. We never told anyone that we never caught a fish out there in our lives. Every time we came back to the flat with a fish, it was because Tim gave it to us. And they probably know now.
Generous in those days.
But I have to say it's been an absolute privilege calling you a friend and working alongside you. So, and yeah.
Oh, that's likewise, and that's the same with all of you, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. David?
Thank you. Look, I really can't speak highly enough of both Tim Sinters and Kim Money and the effort that they have put into the coastal ward. Tim and I started in the community board. It was my second term, but Tim's first term in 2007. I became the chairman and he was my deputy. And Tim has worked tirelessly for the coastal ward ever since I've been on the board with him. He's well known as the eyes and ears of anything that's happening in our ward, and is notorious for going to talk with this one, talk with that one, and he's drunk that many cups of coffee with people in the ward. I think would be a downturn in some of the coffee shops, but. And I'd also like to acknowledge Tim Baker as well, who has worked tirelessly for his community of Aranui and surrounds, and he's been an exceeding advocate for that area. In closing, really, the Coastal Ward's not going to be the same without Tim and Kim there. They've been a formidable team and a tenacious couple. Kim particularly never likes to let something go lightly, and together they have provided huge input to our community and the advancement of a number of projects. So I'm going to miss them, and I wish them well in their retirement, but gone but not forgotten. And thank you, Tim and Kim, she's probably watching us here somewhere, for your fantastic efforts for our community.
Yeah, well, it's actually a good, I feel like we're going out on a good note. We've got the South Shore, South Bryden thing on the way. Thank you so much for passing that resolution. It means so much to the community, and it means I can go out on a bit of a high note, which is wonderful.
Glenn?
Thank you. I'll just be quick, big agenda. But yes, also wish to acknowledge you, Kim. We are watching great leadership, having been elected to the board and then straight coming into the role as chair. Very good chair, and obviously acknowledging your competencies, Tim. You and Tim Baker are quite similar in the way you identify with your communities. Quite natural. You do what you do because you do it, elected or not. With Tim Baker, he's the sort of guy, he keeps 3 torches under his bed, and so when the earthquakes came along, he was right there setting up shower facilities, washing facilities in Aranui, cycling across the school fields to set the border going, etc. Just brilliant. The same as with you, Tim, in South Shore. So we are going to miss these community board members, and it's right and proper we acknowledge you today.
Well, I think, Glenn, I'll be quick, knowing you've got the community 100% behind you makes a huge difference and puts a bit of pressure on you as well. But it does make you rise to the occasion. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yanni. Oh, sorry, I'll just take.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be quick as well, because I think a lot of people have captured a lot of the thing. But I just wanted to acknowledge Kim, you, Tim, and of course the other Tim, Tim Baker, and just to say that I think, part of the area that the area that you've represented, part of our city, is actually a really amazing treasure for us all. And even those that don't live in the area or represent the area, It is actually a destination. It is a place where we can go and enjoy what is an amazing series of different things, and I think you've really captured that with your presentation. So thank you for all the work and efforts that you've done. Just Tim Baker's not here, but I just wanted to share that I had the fortune of going through the house that I think we've transferred to the trust that he was part of setting up. And someone like Tim, it's quite amazing. You know, we often talk about these big climate change targets and all these things, but Tim's actually a real doer. And to save a house that was just going to be demolished and to put it back into providing accommodation for people that need it, it's quite amazing. He's just an on-the-ground kind of guy that gets things done in his own unique way. And I really want to acknowledge Tim because he's always had that passion for housing and for looking after people that need the help. And it's quite extraordinary. Those little things that don't seem like much, but all added up make a huge difference. And I think that's what all three of you have contributed to. So thank you.
Dion?
Yeah, I just realised that I won't get the opportunity to say it, but I just wanted to acknowledge the help that you gave me, especially in taking me out on the estuary, you and Kim, and showing us the damage and what needed to be done. I think having, you investing that time and showing us firsthand these things was really, really important, and that advocacy won't be forgotten. And it's really important now to move on and make those things get done. So thanks heaps for that.
Just very quickly, I'm just saying to Joe
Tim,
before...
We're in
I haven't
debate,
stopped you
so-
before, but this
But-
is
Yeah,
the
okay, no.
debate.
The seminars are great,
it's
on-site
great.
meetings are fantastic.
Yeah, so there you go, you got to say it anyway, but I just wanted to acknowledge your efforts in that. It really did help for making the decisions.
And all the best
there's
for
lots
coming
more.
elections.
Yeah, wait.
Oh.
I just wanted to add, because I'd forgotten about Tim. So I've paid tribute to you two, and I agree. You took, both of you took me and the chief executive out, and I think that really helped us get to the point where we got to. So it does make a difference, and I agree with you. On site is better than in house. So it's a great motto to have. But the one thing I wanted to say was about Tim Baker, because I didn't realise he wasn't standing again. Tim's just one of those extraordinary unsung heroes in our community, and I remember him getting the Good Bloke Award on TVNZ after the earthquakes. He got washing machines into Aranui Primary School and opened up that facility to the community when they didn't have water, when they didn't have electricity. He's just outstanding, and I think it was Yanni saying that he was the guy that just gets on and does things. Absolutely true. So no standing on ceremony with Tim Baker, just somebody who just gets on and does it, and he's an extraordinary individual, and I wanted to acknowledge him as well. So on that note, I will put the resolution. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.